The Shibo and Gooner in the house, back with another bang on video where, ladies and gentlemen, surprisingly very strange but serious transfer news for you guys. So the first news that's actually hitting us, Arsenal are linked with two of the Sheffield United players. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Arsenal have set sights on signing Sheffield United duo John Fleck and George Baldock ahead of the summer transfer window. An Arsenal source has told certain reporters that manager Arteta has been hugely impressed by the duo's performance, including the one in the one-all draw versus Arsenal. But moving on, Dries Mertens still wants to stay at Napoli, but it looks like these discussions have resumed between the parties. The club seems to open to a possible extension. And about Ozil, here's what Arteta said about Ozil. He said the demands that we have to put on him are to make the differences every single game. To do that, he needs the right structure and players around him to help him do that. Well, also, he went on saying that if we are able to win 3 or 4 games on the trot, then we are at right here, right? We are right there. That's the challenge we have, and all the teams have at the moment. When you look at the results from the weekend, all the draws, and how one decision changed the whole game between Burnley and Leicester, the margin is not that big, so it is complicated. You have to dominate every aspect of the game. Also, he said that we cannot waste these 4 months just thinking about next season because the hurry of a big football club is now not in the summer. Well, also he mentioned about the stress. He stressed on the point that failing to qualify for Europe in any form would be a big concern for everybody. And also about John Fleck. Well, he has a contract that expires in the summer of 2021 with the Blades. Also, it is also making Sheffield vulnerable to interested clubs at the end of this campaign. Meanwhile, Baldock's contract expires in 2022. Well, also, it is also said that Mikel Arteta will likely be given funds, so to speak, or wages to bring someone on loan. But it sounds from what is heard from within that he will not be able to bring in anyone permanently this January. But moving on, Lyon have entered the race to sign Barcelona and Benfica target Bruno Guimaraes. The proposal is considered very good because they have made a 22 euro million offer for Bruno Guimaraes. Lucas Toussaint is expected to leave Lyon to join Hertha Berlin, and the French club want Bruno as his replacement. Well, about the transfers, here's what Arteta said. I would not be unhappy without bringing anyone in because we couldn't. It's because the players have to be players who can really help us and make a difference in the squad, not just signing for the sake of bringing in players. And talking about the game, he said it's really important that if we want to fight for the top 4 places tomorrow, we need a win. That is about the Chelsea game. That's what he said. And about Nketiah, he said circumstances changed around our team with the injuries and suspensions, and we are very very short in the with the numbers at the moment. He, that is Nketiah, is a player with a lot of quality and can help us. Here's an outrageous stat. Well, apart from direct free kicks and penalties, 30 out of Arsenal's 51 goals this season have been either scored or assisted by players who are academy graduates or those that are 20-year-old or less. Just under 59% in total. Well, ex-Arsenal star Giles Grimandi has urged the Gunners not to sign Levin Kurzawa. He says, would I have signed Kurzawa? No. I watched him at Monaco. I think that he's a boy who has quality, a boy who certainly has the potential to be one of the best in his position, but sadly he's lacking in certain areas. Well, uh, also he said, there's also one more stat. Arsenal have just 2 more wins this season than 20th place Norwich, scored just 1 more goal than 18th Aston Villa, have only 1 more defeat than second Manchester City, conceded just 2 more goals than fourth place Chelsea, and have more draws than top 4 teams combined. Well, here's an update on Kieran Tierney. Well, the club website has actually posted dislocated right shoulder during West Ham United on December 9th. Successful surgery completed. Rehabilitation process expected to take around 3 months, aiming to return to full training in March. Well, good news because for Chelsea actually, because these games could feature for Chelsea against Arsenal, and the youngster was taken off injured in the Blues 1-0 defeat at Newcastle on Saturday, but Frank Lampard thinks he might still make the team for the Gunners' visit to Stamford Bridge. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, they can come in and they can make sure that it is a possibility. But let's see. And here's what Bubakari Sumare has actually spoken about his future amid being linked with Arsenal, Chelsea, and Manchester United this month. He said it has not worried me. Reporting matters to the people who read it and the people who write it. I do not see myself leaving. I feel good here. Well, these were the news of the day. I hope you enjoyed whatever came your way. All the views, news, and everything about Arsenal comes on this platform every single day, twice. So make sure you subscribe and hit that bell icon when you do that. You get two videos about Arsenal every single day. I will see you in my next video. Until then, cheers.